Um, can I ask a question about this ongoing war between so-called okay, I'm gonna be nice between Palestine and Israel.
So, I mean, what do you want to know? Of course, you can ask. What exactly do you want to know?
What do you think about all this situation?
I think
Who's
that
right? Who's wrong?
I think Israel's right, 100%.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
think there wouldn't be a
My
war.
father.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, I'm so sorry. You go ahead. I interrupted you.
I think that I want the hostages back so there can be no more people dying in Israel or in Gaza. I feel bad for all the innocent people, but if the hostages could come back, the war could end tonight.
Hmm. So it's so simple. You think that it's so simple?
I wouldn't say simple. I think that's one step right there that they if they gave the hostages back, it's that easy. Israel would be totally at fault if they kept going at it, you know? That's the one thing they can do to shut Israel up. Give us our people back. They're innocent people.
Hmm. So many Israelis got murdered because of Hamas.
Yes.
Mm. I told you that I am a Ukrainian Jew, but I have to tell you this. There is a very big difference between you and me. There
Okay.
is a big difference.
What's the
The
difference?
difference is the difference is that I am not a Zionist. I'm just a Jew, and I think you're a Zionist. Is it
I'm
true?
I'm
Tell me.
pr- I'm proud to be a Zionist. Yes. Do you know the definition of Zionist?
Yes, I do. I know the definition of Zionism.
Tell
I'm a
me.
Jew, or you don't believe that I'm a Jew.
No, I believe you're. I don't doubt that you're a Jew. Can you tell me what the definition of a Zionist is?
It means that the Holy Land completely belongs to us. I mean, to you Zionists. What? Seriously?
Yes. That's not true.
What does that mean? What
It,
does
it,
that
it
mean? Tell me.
means for the right for the Jews to live in their ancestral homeland. That does not mean without any Palestinians.
Yeah, but eventually Zionism means that the Holy Land belongs to the Jewish people.
That's not true. I promise you. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. It's just for approving of the Jews to be able to live in their homeland. That doesn't mean without any Arabs, Muslims, Christians, Palestinians. I promise you, it's a definition.
That's so um that's so insane.
How is it insane?
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't make up
insane.
the definition. That just happens to be the definition of it. That's what it means.
Yeah, but where does it say that this is the definition of Zionism? Where does it say?
Any
Is there a
any
book?
any dictionary you pull up, you can ask ChatGPT, you can ask Google, you can ask Weber's dictionary, Wikipedia.
Okay, um, what about the man who established the ideology of Zionism? Who established the ideology of
I
Zionism?
think your definition of Zionism is a really 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 ugly thing, which is wouldn't be cool if Israel tomorrow got rid of all the Arabs and Muslims that because 20% of the population are Muslims and Arabs, and they're not going anywhere. They're very much Israelis and proud to be Israelis, and I think Israel would be a shit show if we got rid of them. They're awesome. They're part of the community. They're with us. They're our brothers and sisters. So I think when you say that Israel being a Zionist means nothing but Jews living in Israel is very 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 wrong. Very wrong.
Yeah, but when I was in the U.S. In Texas, uh, I talked to Jews in the U.S. They mostly hate Muslims,
You
not
can't
just
say
Arabs.
that.
They
You
mostly
can't
hate
say
Muslims.
that. You
I worked. I'm so sorry. Can I finish this?
go ahead.
I
Yes.
worked in Ukraine with Muslims. They are so peaceful. They don't. They say we don't hate Jews. Why would we hate Jews? We just hate the Zionists, those who murder children and women.
Those are people that don't
Do you believe? Do you?
those are people that don't know the
Yeah. Okay.
definition
Go
of
on.
Zionism. Just like I love all Muslims. I think Muslims are great, amazing, peaceful people, except for the 10%, which happens to be billions of people that are radical Muslims, like Hamas, like Hezbollah, like the Houthis. So you can't say all Muslims, just like you're trying to say all Muslims are peaceful and all Zionists are evil. You're
No, I
misinformed.
didn't say. I didn't say. I didn't say. I
You're,
didn't say that all
I think
Jews are
I
Zionists.
I think
There are
97% of Jews are Zionists. You know that, right?
no. I wouldn't say that
It's
97%. I would
it's
say um,
it's proven.
approximately. It's proven
Yes.
by whom?
There's statistics.
By whom?
You can look them up. There's statistics. There's studies
No,
done.
I do not actually believe in statistics because it's approximately it's not 100%. I personally think it's maybe 70% uh, Zionists and the other 30% are
It's
normal
90
Jews.
it's
But
90 to
do you
97%. I promise you. There's nothing
okay,
wrong.
could be, but
There's nothing wrong with allowing a group of people to reside in their homeland. It's just like saying a Native American shouldn't be allowed to live in America anymore because it's not all Native American. It makes no sense. Why not? Why can't they come?
yeah, it makes sense. But do you understand that there are anti-Zionist Jews like me, for example?
Naturi Karta, the token Jews at the front of the Palestine protests.
No, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking generally. There are anti-Zionist
I
Jews in
know.
the
So
all over the world.
I know most of them are misinformed on what Zionist means, like you. Also,
Oh,
the
like me. Yeah,
yes,
I understand.
you're saying
Well,
that we want all the Muslims and Christians to leave Israel, which couldn't be further from the truth. I know there's some extreme Jews out there, like Naturi Karta, that would want that. You know the Jews that you see at the front of these parades for Palestine, very Jewish looking. You know they wear the hats, they got the curls, full blown Jew, right? You know who I'm talking about.
look, uh, if I say that I'm anti-Zionist Jew, uh, people like you, nothing negative. I'm just saying people like you will call me self-hated Jew. Do you think I hate Jews?
Well,
I'm a Jew, by the way. Do you
you're
think I hate Jews?
you're speaking to me right now. I don't think you hate Jews. I think you're misinformed on what Zionist means. That's what I keep saying. I think
Misinformed. Well, very
if
interesting.
I was
I'm proud.
if the definition of Jew was exactly what you said, I would hate Zionism too. I don't agree with the Christians and Muslims leaving Israel. I think that's disgusting ideology. So if I had that
Yeah,
definition
but
of
do you
Zionism, I
think?
would be grossed out too. But you're misinformed on what the definition means.
Okay, let me ask you this, if I'm allowed. Um, do you think that IDF kills women and children on purpose?
On purpose? No.
No?
No.
Why do you think?
I think
It's a revenge. Come on.
it's not
We
revenge.
kill. I
It's
mean, not we. I'm not one of you. Sorry. You
it's
kill
you are one of
Zionists,
me. You're a
women
Jew.
and
You're a
children.
Jew. You're a Jew. So you should know the history of your people and that land specifically.
Of
So
course, I am a Jew, and I'm proud to be
you
a
should
Jew.
be.
I'm
You
proud
should
to be a
be.
Jew.
You should be. Amen. You should be. You should be. Therefore, you should know about your culture and a lot about Israel and the history. Everyone's so wrapped up in this conflict that's going on, but not a lot of people know much of it. You should look up. Start with this. Who started the war in 1948 when the Jews came back to their land? Who started the war, and what was the name of the land?
Arabic countries surrendering.
Yes.
I
Okay.
know the
Another question.
historical context. I get
So
that.
so then answer does what was the land called before it was called Palestine?
Which land? What are you talking about?
Before Israel, proper Israel today, it used to be called Palestine. What was it called before that?
Before when exactly?
Before the name
Like before
Palestine.
they wrote.
Before the name Palestine was created.
I don't know, but I think you want to say that it belonged to Jews and it has another name,
It was
Jewish
it
name
was the
maybe.
name the Kingdom of Israel, Judea. So
Yeah,
Jews, all
exactly.
Jews, you, me, all the Jews originate from Judea, just like Arabs originate from the Arabian Peninsula.
Uh, look, uh, I think you're being very negative towards me. You called me a misinformed Jew. Why do you think that I'm misinformed?
Because you're telling me, Zionist, that I want Israel to be Jewish and only Jewish, an ethno state, which it's not. That's misinformed.
Israel can't be an ethno state because there are already over 2 million Arabs living in Israel.
Correct. And I think it should stay that way. I think they're great people and
Yeah,
they
I'm
belong there
just
just as
trying to
much as we belong.
understand why Zionists, not Jews? I'm a Jew and you're a Zionist. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Nice to
Why
meet
are
you.
Zionists um, so bad? Why are they killing children and women in Gaza purposely?
Am I killing children and women?
Not exactly you, but the people like you, but
You're
the
wrong.
people from the same
You
ideology.
know there's Muslims and
People from the same
there's
ideology.
Muslims in the IDF. You know that, right?
Yeah, they are assimilated Muslims. They don't even have no. They don't consider themselves as
You know,
Muslims. I
this
think
conversation isn't going to
they're like.
go
Come again?
anywhere. You sound like a really sweet guy. You do. I hope you'd look into it a little bit more and just open your mind a little bit. And I would start with what's the definition of a Zionist? Because it's not what you think it is. Israel would be nothing without the Arabs that
Zionism.
are in there today and the Catholics and the Christians and the Druze. And it's going to stay that way. It'll never just be Jewish and only Jewish. That's the way
So
that it is.
basically, you're saying I have to be a Zionist.
No, not at all. You don't have to be. I think it's weird though if someone doesn't, just like I would feel it's weird to tell you you don't belong in Germany. You're not allowed to stay there because of your religion and your beliefs. I think that's not right. So why can't the
So
Jews, all the Arab, all the Muslim countries, why can't the Jews have one that they are indigenous to? What's wrong with that? That's what Zionism means. That's it. It's not a bad thing. It's not terrorism. I think people are twisting it and turning it into something that it's not.
look, I really I know and understand that Israel wants to coexist with its neighbors, with Iran, even maybe with Iran, with other
Yes.
uh, Muslim countries. I know that for sure, 100%, 100%. But I I know for sure, IDF kills women and children for sure, 100%. I'm I know that.
So
I don't think that IDF kills women and
You think it's a genocide.
um maybe.
So
Yeah. I mean,
70% of the
how many did they kill?
I think the total numbers anywhere from 55 to 60,000 compared to Hamas numbers coming from Hamas. And 20,000 were Hamas, thank God.
And the other 34,000 they were women and children.
Not necessarily just women and children. There's elderly, women, children, men. Yes, unfortunately, which is horrible. That's why you shouldn't
Yeah.
start wars because innocent
That's
people die.
horrible. That's I know that's horrible. Not Jews did not start this war at 2023 in October. I know that they were the first who attacked. I get that, but I know for sure that IDF right now. I can't call it genocide or something like this. I don't know. I don't want to get involved in this to calling this a genocide or not to call it this.
According to international law, it's legal in any war for the ratio to be any all nine civilians to one combatant is allowed. It's legal. You know the ratio for Gaza? It's 1 to 2. So every one Hamas member that gets killed, two civilians get killed, unfortunately. But that is the lowest ratio in any history of war. Also, 70% of the buildings in Gaza are knocked down. If it's a genocide or a ethnically cleansing, why isn't 70% of the population knocked down with it?
Ah, I'm confused. Look, um, I'm a Jew. By the way, are you an American Jew?
Yes.
Okay, okay, that's why I don't understand you and you don't understand me. Um, I I I really believe as a Jew that Jews have right to have their own state in the Holy Land. Uh, but I also do believe that in Israel there are there is IDF who kills women and children, and there are racist Zionists. Yeah, I will
I
not
wouldn't
call.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that. I don't dispute that there's some extreme Jews out there. But I just want to go back to what you just said. You do believe that the Jews have a right to live in the Holy Land?
Yes, but in
That's Zionism.
to
That's
coexist with
yes,
Muslims,
like we are
with
now.
Palestinians.
Like we're trying to, but they make it very impossible with dates like October 7th. That's why, before in the West Bank, there was no checkpoints until the Intifadas happened. Back in the day, Gaza had an airport until they started like strapping bombs to their chest. What are we supposed to do? But what you just said, the right for the Jews to live in the Holy Land is Zionism, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing evil about
No,
it.
no, 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 no. No, most of Zionists. Okay, let's say just for a second that you're a good Zionist, which is impossible. Okay,
That's
let's say you're a
impossible.
good
So I'm
Zionist.
a bad person.
No, I didn't say that
You
you're a
just
bad
said it.
person. You're a woman. I can't.
You just said it's impossible to be a good Zionist, and I'm a woman, and I'm a Zionist proudly. You're a Zionist too,
Only
according to what you
in
just said.
this context. I'm not saying that you personally. I can't insult you because you're a woman. I don't know how you live in the United States, killing women. I heard something like this, but I was born and raised in Ukraine. I know how to treat a woman. I would not insult you. I wouldn't do this. And if I insulted you, I am so sorry. I apologize. But your ideology, Zionism, is bad, in my opinion.
The I
We live in a
the
free country.
definition of Zion. I have to go feed my baby, but literally the sentence you just said before, that you do agree that the Jews have a right to live in their holy land, is the definition by textbook. Look it up. That you're a Zionist. I love you. I hope you get the
I'm a
education.
Zionist.
I hope you get the education you deserve. You sound like a really great person. Look up the definition of Zionism and do more research. I wish you nothing but the best and have a good night.
Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it and I enjoyed the conversation.
Me
Have a
too.
good night.
Bye bye.